Welcome back to The Burn, everybody. I am Ryan Van Deaver, and we are presented to you by Hot Zone Sports, the information that you need to know, built with you in mind. What the heck? My phone was doing. For the people, by the people, and with the people. Join the Hot Zone Sports community today. Remember, our show is wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify. So if you could rate and review us, we would really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the show and then hit that notification bell so you know when our content drops. It really helps us out a lot. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Now, on today's show, we welcome in Valley Center Mud Daubers head coach Chris Browning. How is it going, man?
It's going good. I'm glad you had me on. Excited to do it with you and just talk a little bit more about Valley Center and just the experience I've been having and the guys that are coming in.
Absolutely. And you are the final coach to join the burn.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm glad we were able to get you on. Can you talk a little bit and give us a little bit of background about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a little bit about me. I'm originally from Lubbock, Texas. Grew up and was born and raised there. And once I was in my college days, I played at Sul Ross State University. I was a catcher, I was a first baseman. Once I was done coaching or playing, I knew I wanted to be a college baseball coach. So took my first job at a school called Eastern Mexico University. Coached there for a couple of years. Once I was done there, I took my next one at Oklahoma Panhandle State University. Coached there for a little bit. Real briefly, joined Friends University. Coached there probably about a fall, and then I ended up joining NCSA, Next Collegiate Student Athlete, recruiting service that helps athletes from all over the country, all over the world, just finding their next place that they want to play college baseball at. First time families, they don't know what they're doing with their kids and just needing some help and some guidance. And really something that's rewarding, helping them to find a place that's best for them, both financially, athletically, things of that nature.
So do you have a chance to deal with like the NIL and the transfer portal that much?
Yeah, I actually have a guy who's transferring from Charleston. He's a catcher, first baseman as well. So if they were part of NCSA and they're looking to transfer, like they come back to us and we help them out. NIL stuff, like I'll kind of run them through it a little bit, but glad my hands are kind of clean on like how you go about that kind of stuff. It's a little bit of a complicated thing to do, but definitely help transfers out if they're looking for a place.
Yeah, I bet it's a highly complicated process, getting sponsorships from dealerships or Gatorade or whatever it is, it's one of those things that is all about the NCAA now is that name, image, and likeness. So you talked a little bit about the NCSA. So can you explain to the audience what that fully entails?
Basically, what it fully entails is guys could come in from being a freshman in high school, a senior. Like I'll get some seniors that are still trickling in, and they're really just needing some help on like finding a place to play at, and they have their whole profile that they can set up. They can upload videos. I go over that stuff, like the most quality video they can try to upload, how to go about it, whether it's game, cage, bullpen, how to go about getting your metrics like arm velo, 60 time, exit velo stuff. And some of these guys don't even know where to start in the searching process. So our whole entire website, we have every single school that's in the country, and start off in their hometown and their state, and just be like, hey, here's this school, here's this school. This could be a good fit. This could be a good fit based off of academics, what they're trying to major in, athletic ability. Kind of funny thing for me when I was getting recruited is I didn't know what I was doing at all. I had no clue, didn't have a cell phone yet. The first job I took at Eastern Mexico was an hour and a half away from Lubbock, and I never heard of that school. So I want to help them out and hearing about them. And I create emails for them, help them adjust it, send them off. I'll be an advocate for them and emailing tons of college coaches going, hey, this is a guy that I think could be a good fit for you. Here's his video, whatever else you need, just let me know. Here's a little bit about his skill set. If it's younger dudes, I'm just like, hey, you want to get on this guy's radar? You want to pay attention to him? Or if they're really young, it's just like, hey, let's focus on development. Let's focus on weight room. Like, what can we do to become a college athlete that you want to be recruited? So that's kind of a little bit of a taste of everything, but there's a lot that goes into it, really. And a lot of them just needing some help and just knowing what to do.
So do you kind of have like a handshake deal for certain universities, or you just reach out in like a wide stream?
Like it could be my personal connections when I was coaching in college. A bunch of coaches, they move all over the place. Like you're never at one spot. Like I was at three different states when I coached, and so that connection grows. Or using Twitter as a networking. Some guys I don't hear of, like I've never heard of them before, and I reach out to them. They respond, going, "Hey, yeah, send me his number. Have him, contact me, call me." And then I just ask them, be like, hey, what other needs do you have, really? And then like get those needs from them. I'm one of like multiple different baseball coaches as well. We have a whole Excel sheet of different form of needs that college coaches have, and we use that as our own networking to help each other out. And we're always sharing that, going, hey, I don't have a guy that fits this, but this school's looking for a left-handed hitting outfielder that's like a 6'5" runner, can really run down the baseball. If you have something that fits that way, like you can shoot them my way and I can send it to the coach, or you can reach out to them or have your athlete. But no, we're always constantly growing our network as a company.
Yeah, if you spend any time on Twitter, you'll see, whether it's kids or scouts or coaches in general, you'll see them getting their players' names out there, and then they'll be tagging, on 3 Sports and stuff like that. Yeah, Twitter is a massive space for recruiting. If anybody's ever wanting to, trying to find, these kids, that's a big space for it too.
Yeah.
But behind every good organization, baseball is there's always a mission, whether it's high school, whether it's little league, high school or college or anything. So what is the mission of the Mud Daubers?
Mission of the Mud Daubers is like the initial thing as far as playing goes is get guys ready, obviously, like to go back to their school. Like most guys that I've ever coached, like came in, maybe they didn't play that first year for them, or maybe they did, and like they played, got a lot of reps in, went back to their school better than ever, and solidified a spot, earned a spot. So playing wise, that's just the mission is just to give you the reps you need so that you're better for your school. If it's a guy that's looking to transfer and we'll have some of those, like help them get video, kind of like with the NCSA stuff, help them get video, send their name out there, get them recruited. Another one is trying to really be more active in the community, really like being active in Valley Center, just doing whatever we can. And even in Wichita, last year we helped put together some beds for a local care center for people, and we put together like I don't know, like felt like 20 or so beds. I'm not really sure, but got the whole team in there, put it together, and got that set up for them so people who are needing them can like stay in there and be taken care of. And the biggest ultimate goal for us, and the biggest thing for me, like I'm a Christian, like biggest thing for me is growing guys closer to Christ, the way I act or how we are. The church I go to is Glen Park. Pete McLeod's his name, and he comes in and does Bible studies with us. He's fed our team and really been a really good source for us. And we did that last year. And one of the most rewarding things is one of our athletes last year, Tyson, he got baptized, got saved, and that's really the biggest thing, and that's what we want to do. He bought us, Pete McLeod bought us some shirts that said, "Is what we're doing going to bring honor, or glory to God?" And that was a that was a really big thing for us. Was that representation? A lot of guys bought in, and it really helps bring a team together. The character, and a lot of families reached out to me and loved that kind of stuff that we were doing. So that's kind of part of our mission.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you look back at Ohio State and Notre Dame
Mm-hmm.
when they played in the championship game. Both teams had a lot of faith, and so you love to see stuff like this where it goes just beyond baseball. It's not just a baseball team. Yeah, we care about wins, but we also love being part of building this community. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, you definitely love to see stuff like that going on with these teams.
So Ohio State was a big one, like I liked, and I like Boise State's coach, his faith and how he carries himself, and it's just good, even for me being 30 years old and like trying to be a role model for them, and just trying to help navigate these guys, not just in baseball, but I mean, most likely 4 years you're done and you're
Yeah.
going out to the world, and how you represent yourself and carry yourself is huge.
Yeah. So last year you had some pretty solid players and a solid all around good team, which is
Mhm.
why you did pretty solid in the KCLB. How's the squad looking so far?
Squad's looking really good. Honestly, these are the most players I've ever had. This is the most pitchers I've had on a team. On paper, they're looking really solid, but you don't know until they show up and
Yeah.
as they start playing. Like I could thank some guys all world, and he lays an egg. I could thank a guy who's like, who knows how he'll do and be a stud for us. But on paper, super excited. A lot of guys that are pumped up to be here, asking me questions and stuff before they come in. Like this is probably the most excited group I have to come in. Carrying around, I think we got like 33 or so guys on the team and 17 or so pitchers. And pitching's the biggest one if you want to win anything. If you don't have any pitching, you're not winning nothing.
Yeah. You have to have a lot of depth when it comes to that pitching. And if there's one thing I've heard from all of these coaches, the GMs of these teams, is you cannot have enough pitchers on on your squad.
No, can't can't have enough pitchers. We had a couple of guys last year. We were doing pretty solid, but you never know what's going to happen. A couple arms go down. A couple of guys just how it goes, and they got to get that taken care of, and kind of puts you in a hole. So if you can have a lot of pitches to start with, or guys who are coming in, like you got to have it.
Yeah. So can you tell the audience where is your home stadium going to be for the Mud Daubers?
So our home stadium obviously is in Valley Center. It's Stevens Field. It's the high school in Valley Center. It's a really quality field. Like I was lucky when I first came here. It used to be a natural field, and when I came in here, it was turf. It was all turf field. We don't have to take care of it as far as clay, like watering, tamping, stuff like that. Really, obviously, you got to make sure like the ground up tires down and taking care of that. But
Yeah.
it's a really nice stadium. It's in a good place for Valley Center. A lot of homes are around it, so a lot of people walk in and can catch a game, and it's a lot cheaper than your old wind surge game or anything. So
Yeah.
it's a way to get some quality baseball. But no, it's a really good field for us.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the youth mini camp?
Yeah. So youth mini camp, like every year that we've done it, it felt like either like 100 or so kids that come out there, and it's free to the public, so you don't have to worry about paying for nothing. Just make sure they bring a glove. We'll have like kids bring bats and stuff, really, but no, it's super fun, really, and they all run out there. They're playing catch with the guys. We'll run them through like little drill kind of things, like just hitting them fungo, doing outfield stuff, throwing them baseballs to catch fly balls, have them run the bases. Parents really love that one because we're wearing them out before we send them back out to them. And then we'll hit like BP and stuff, and then we'll take the whole picture together. But I always try to tell people to come out. It's like it's free. Come out there, have them experience to be with college guys, because I know when I was their age or even older, like growing up in Lubbock near Texas Tech, like seeing you know college athletes at Tech, like I was like, oh man, these are like grown men and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff when you're that age. And then you get older and you realize they're not really as much, but like you look up to them, and these guys really have a fun time. And a lot of these kids come out again to watch your games, and you see they're like, oh, there's number 20 again. Like he played catch with me, or he did this with me, and like they really look up to him. And it's cool for the players because they'll have a ball or something like, hey, can you sign this? And in college, you aren't having anyone asking for your autograph, but playing summer ball is kind of your feel of like a pro style type of season. You're playing virtually every day, playing under the lights. Like kids are asking for autographs after games. They're running on the field. It's just like we really like trying to have any youth kids out there, any like sub like college athletes out there, so they can see this and experience it. Just makes it more fun for the guys.
And youth mini camps are amazing, but if you're wanting to come out, it's going to be June 1st, which will be a Sunday at 1 p.m. And then they have
Mhm.
another youth mini camp on June 30th, which is a Monday, and that'll be at 6 p.m. Just in time for bedtime, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Me personally, I love the youth mini camps. I love being all about the community, building the community up, just like Valley Center. And I can only imagine how many people are going to show up to this free, basically, mini camp. And I think it's a great thing for the community. It's a great thing for the kids. And it's a great thing that, the KCLB is just being centralized as a community, because that is truly what they are, is they are all about the community. So I love it, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the cap for how many players you want for your team, and is the final roster set?
Final roster is never truly set. We'll have guys who come in halfway through, guys who come in for the league tournament, especially the national tournament, the summer ball showdown. But I always like trying to carry around 32, 35 guys, really, so that you have a good amount of position players and pitchers, like we mentioned earlier. But no, it's definitely never set. We always have guys who come in. I had a returner. He's playing at Winthrop, who came in last year to play for us in the summer ball showdown. So it's never capped. I liked having around 33, 35, but some guys, like, depending on, like, like I said, if some arms go down or anything, but we'll bring in guys throughout it, really, especially if they need it. And it's a close connection for me as a coach, really going, hey, come in here, get some added reps, and especially playing at the end of the season tournament. That's a good way to propel yourself into the fall, especially if you didn't play in the summer. Like, just get some reps, get the rust off, and go back ready for your school.
Absolutely. And it's just another one of those things is you gotta have pitching, and you gotta have some pretty good depth when it comes to the skill positions. Third, short. You gotta have a good center fielder. You gotta cut down on the errors. But let's move on to something that is very important to every summer league in the nation, even internationally, is host families. Host families, you gotta have them, and every person that I've had come onto this on this podcast, they're always talking about how 10, 20, 30 years later they still talk to their host families. If you haven't jumped on to the host family train, you need to do it already, because you're going to be forming an amazing relationship with these guys that are going to be playing here for 2 months. And if especially if you got a young boy that doesn't know if he wants to play baseball or not, but all he knows is he looks up to athletes, yeah, bring him in, because it's going to be a priceless experience.
No, host families, we really appreciate them 100%, because it takes a lot to open up your home to someone you don't know. Like, this is a total stranger. He's a grown man,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what they'll do. But Valley Center, we have like a lot of hosts that have been doing it for a long time, and we've picked up some new ones too that are super excited about it, and they love it. And yeah, those connections stay strong for a long time. I had one host family had went up to Oklahoma City to watch one of his guys or one of her former host kids go play, really, and those connections stay strong. They always are staying in touch, reaching out to him. Some of them are good recruiters too to get them to come back. Really, it's like, hey, are they coming back? And I'm like, hey, we'll try our best, really. And sometimes they can help them bring them back. But to open up your home, if you have young ones, they're like big brother to them, like taking them out to games, playing catch with them,
Yeah.
giving them lessons on how to play and all that stuff. And it's really something that's special to open up your homes. And a lot of my guys too, they don't know what the host family setup is. So there's the other end of it. Really, it's like, hey, what's this like? Like, I don't know these guys either, and I have no idea what to expect. And every time they leave, like, they had a great experience. They really enjoyed it, and yeah, they really stay in touch with them for a long time, especially throughout their careers. So I can't thank the host families enough that they do that kind of stuff, because it's never easy, like, to do that, especially if it's your first time. But once you get used to it, you love it. And honestly, you look forward to the summer, because you're like, oh, I'm going to get on a new guy and all that, and just see what comes next, really, and watching them play, and truly like a second family.
Absolutely. And without these host families, this league doesn't exist. No summer league exists. It would be insanely hard for these baseball players to even play in a league like this. So hats off to all of these host families. I love it. And I'm sure you're enjoying every single bit of it once this starts to kick off. And speaking of kicking off, your season is going to be kicking off here on June 6th against the Mulvane Patriots. And that is going to be in Mulvane at 7 p.m. So, how are we feeling, Coach?
I'm feeling pretty good. You're always excited when it's just like opening day, 0-0. You're ready to get after it. Last year, we honestly played better on the road than we did at home, really. So, at one point last year, it's like we should just play them all on the road, really, for the reason that's going for us. So, we'll see if we can take the road momentum and come back to Valley to, win some games there. But I'm feeling good. Just kind of getting to know your players in those first games are really huge. Like keeping pitch counts kind of at a minimum to make sure that like they're ready to go, giving guys the ABs they need, and it's fun just getting guys in and out of there and adjusting it. But feeling good going into Mulvane. It's always fun playing out there. It's a good environment as well. But we're just really ready to kick the season off.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's going to be pretty loud. You got the Mulvane Patriots, a green team, and then you got you guys, man, your hats are just loud.
Uh-huh. They
Nice
sure
and
are.
yellow, man. So I do know that there's a little bit of a complexity when you play the Rangers. Okay. So you have the Rangers coach, who is actually the Valley Center
Uh-huh.
baseball head coach, and then you have you, who is coaching the Valley Center Mud Daubers. Do you guys ever talk about that? Like, hey, maybe we should switch teams?
We haven't talked about it. I've thought that once just to feel like it only kind of makes sense. It's like you're living out there, you're over there. Randy's a good guy. Like his first year was my first year, so we've known each other for a long time. So it was only fitting. It's like, well, you know the field really well when he took the job and all that. And the funny thing is now instead of the old coach, it's him now going, hey, like these are the things I see with the field. Like, hey, here's like stuff that you'll have access to. So now just running with him really. So can joke with him as well about like when we go out there and playing. So it's like, hey, you go to the other dugout. Like this is ours this year. So, but no, like it's fun, and I'm glad he got the job. He's done a really good job from everything I can tell, looking on social media, and he's a good one to lead and guide those guys. And seeing him again at Park City is just another year, another day over there, just cutting up with them and competing with them.
Absolutely. So, speaking of last year, what is going to be the message that you're going to tell your players after last season where you went 16 and 29?
Finished strong. We started off super hot last year. Like I
Yeah.
think we were like 9-0 or something, and first half of the season we did really well, but the second half kind of got in a lull really. So it's start hot, finish hot. If you are going to go cold, get hot during the tournaments really. So for the KCLB tournament and the Summer Bowl showdown, because most championship teams, the ones that win are the one who gets hot at the right time really. So like start hot, stay consistent, finish hot, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah. So, one thing I did want to talk about, you talked about how you moved around a little bit when it came to being a baseball coach. What kind of experiences stuck with you the most? And to add a second question on top of that, what what did you take from those experiences that is going to help out the Mud Daubers?
Just the experience over there is like it's still just baseball. It's in the summer, but it's still just baseball. Like everything that you're doing right now is in preparation for your season, and you're looking to advance and grow your career. And I didn't get a chance to play summer baseball when I was in college. Like I had to work a job, had to make money off of that really. So like the thing is this the valuable experience that you get from summer ball, and also just the past experience of me coaching and all that. Like I can still develop and work with you guys and help you out really. Like me being a pass catcher, I'm always wanting to work with my catchers and help them grow as an athlete. Being a hitter, helping them there. I got assistant coaches that can help out in those fields as well. So like just helping them develop, grow, and we always tell guys is like, hey, like we'll be out there if you need extra BP or like ground balls or anything like that. I've worked strength and conditioning programs. I've talked to guys about weight training and nutrition, especially in the summer to put on that size to go back really. So just a plethora of different experience depending on person to person what they need really. And just biggest thing is just let them enjoy the summer, have fun with it, but going back and being ready for your school is my biggest thing.
Yeah. So one of the more exciting things about the KCLB, and don't get it twisted, the entire experience is exciting, but there's just something a little bit more exciting. There's like this all-star weekend type thing where you got the home run derby. Sometimes you got some wiffle ball. I'm not going to divulge any secrets onto what is going to be going on all-star weekend, but there's the all-star game, and I'm just saying I saw the hats today. They're very nice. That's all that's all I'm gonna say about that. But the home run derby is the most electrifying event in all of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And so, who do you have a little inkling on who you think is going to be participating in that?
Really, I really don't have much of an idea of who might participate on our team, just since I haven't seen them. I got a couple of guys who I think could be some power threats. Home run derby, like the biggest one is figuring out who's the who's the guy who can hit BP the best is basically what it is. Like those types of guys are the ones that can help out with that home run derby. But I don't really have anyone that I on the cuff that I can think of until I see them. But I do know the home run derby is super fun. Those guys love the thought of it. When I'm telling them, when I'm recruiting them, it's like we have All Star Weekend, we have a home run derby. Like you can tell, like their voice picks up a little bit more. Like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of a goal for them, and they haven't got to see obviously any of the gear and stuff that they get really. But last year, a lot of guys were super excited about it when you get selected or get to see that kind of stuff and participate in it. And again, like that's a nice thing about summers. Like that's a feel of like pro baseball, things that they do. So it's just an awesome experience to be able to participate in it and being able to go back and be able to talk about that with family or teammates or anything of that nature really. But it was great last year. I expect it to be great again this year, and just all the stuff that they did. I won't mention really much off of it, but all the stuff they did last year was super cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff. So if you are in Wichita and you're looking for something to do around this time, hey, and don't worry, we will release the date when All Star Weekend is. But I'm just a little teaser. It's going to be amazing. So, talking a little bit about your roster, do you have any international players on your team?
Yeah, so I got one guy. He actually was a client of mine for NCSA. He'll be coming in a little bit later because he had to deal with the visa stuff. So that's not easy when you're trying to get that stuff squared away. So he has no choice but to come a little bit later, or he would already be here. But Hayden Dingle's his name. He's from Australia. He's a pitcher. He committed to Dodge City Community College, actually. So I helped him get connected there. So he's not far from here. So when he comes here, he'll play, and then they're going to take off, him and his dad, to Dodge City, get him situated, and he'll be ready to go. That's why I talked to him when I was recruiting. Like once he got recruited, I was like, hey, come over here, get experience for Kansas, and it'll be a lot closer than trying to fly all the way from Australia.
Yeah, and a lot of these coaches, whether you're coming straight out of high school or you're just like a first year starter going and playing at an NAIA school, they really want you to get that extra time on the diamond. And whether it's summer ball showdown or it's the KCLB, you're getting that extra time, especially this Aussie. What happens if you're not doing this KCLB, this summer league, and you're trying to work on your third pitch? Well, you're going to have a big time struggling with it if you're just doing training in Australia. But on the other side of the spectrum, if you're just doing training the entire time, it's going to be, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to develop that pitch I full heartedly believe in real live competition over training. And I understand that training, you have to train as well. You have to train your body. You got to have the right diet, and you got to have the right regiment, when you aren't playing on those off days. But what is your kind of feeling on training versus real life competition?
I'm always going to give it to real life competition. That's just what cream rises to the top when you're actually playing competition. And my thing is like, if you're going to train, you better train. Don't just say you're training and
Yeah.
you go hit once a week and call it good, or throw like one day of long toss, one bullpen and call it good. Like, if you're going to train, like, go 100% into training, but you still can never beat live experience. You can't beat facing guys who are already in college at that level, especially for this guy. Like, it's only going to make him better because he hasn't seen any college guys, and he's definitely going to give him a leg up to the guys who were incoming freshmen with him, who maybe they were in a high school league, which I'm all for the high school league, but the fact that he faced some college pitching, and summer's the best time to develop that third pitch, whether it's a slider or a changeup or whatever it may be. And same thing for hitting. Like, I know I always got better when I faced live. Like, I could hit BP all day long. I wouldn't have an issue with that. But like, it was when you face a guy with a wipeout slider or a guy who actually learns how to throw a changeup. Like, that's where the real learning and development gets. So no, no, and you can't beat live experience. It's just like anything or a job, really. Like, you can do the training and stuff, and it's just like NCSA. I went through a training setup, but once you start getting your clients, you're working with them, like, that live experience is important. So
Yeah. Are there any players that we should look out for this summer that you have high expectations on?
I think we have quite a bit of guys, and I know I'm always feel bad not trying to name off every single dude that I got, really. But I think Dylan Hummel, he's coming from SFA. He's a really big one to look for. He's an infielder, pitching side. Luke Pazanka, Taven Hathaway. They're going to be really good arms for me, and I really like them. Brady Unrein, he's coming back from Emporia. He had a really good season. Like I said, I could try to name off several different dudes, but like, I think those will be kind of a core. Jaime Baldwin, he's playing at Friends. He's been playing for me the last couple of years, so he's gonna be a good one for me. Like, I think we got a good set of guys, really, and those are just three or four that I can just name off the top of my head. And it's always fun too when they come in and the guys who take that leadership role and take the reins to help us out, compete, really. But those are a couple of guys that I think could be good for us.
So how are you feeling about your coaching staff? Do you like the making of your coaching staff? You think they're gonna be able to help out the team considerably?
Oh yeah, no, they 100% will. Honestly, I got a lot of rapport with my coaching staff. So, first one's Jonathan Appleberry. I coached him at OPSU actually, and he was wanting to get into coaching and came with me the first year. So he's been with me my whole time here. He's coaching at OPSU now. Sean Cutler, he was with me my second year here, so he's been with me for a long time. And both those guys, I can't be more than grateful to have them, just because all the stuff they do with the players. Just because one thing too is like players, like, they'll talk to the head coach really, but when I was a player and even assistant coach, players go to the assistant coaches to ask them like maybe questions they're afraid to ask the head coach.
Yeah.
And they do a great job with developing and working with them. And the fact that I've had them here with me, like, as long as I've been here, like, you don't get that a lot, really. Like,
Right.
and I always want for them too. Like, if you want to become your own head coach and find a league that work like that you want to go to, like, I want you to do that. Like, if that's what you think is best for you. But so far, I guess they like me. They want to stay around. I can't be more than grateful to have those two guys.
It's always great to have a coaching staff that you have a great rapport with, instead of having some coaches where they think they're better than you, and they just want to always one up you, and you have conversations with the team, and they have separate conversation with the team and will try to one up you. Like, yeah, I've seen it. It's just, it's ugly, but it's great that you have a great coaching staff the way you do. And I'm really excited for the season. But this is going to be the part of the show where I'm going to give you a moment to do a little bit of a shout out to anyone inside your organization, outside your organization, who helps in any way. It could be your dog, it could be your wife's third cousin, whoever it is. The Hot Zone Sports platform is yours, Chris.
I'm never good with shout outs because I can think of a ton of people really, but again, my assistant coaches, every single one of the host families, Sheldon Howell, Dave Bush, been really good to me. Um, like really appreciate those guys, and I'm sure there's more that I can even think of that I'm forgetting. Pete McLeod, 100% coming in and speaking with us. Really grateful for all those people. And there's a lot more that's behind the scenes. Is trying to think about it on the spot. Like I can't think of it. So sorry if I left you out really, but appreciate you guys and truly are grateful.
Well, I just want to thank you for coming on to the show. And I wish you and the Valley Center Mud Daubers all the best of luck in the KCLB. But the pleasure is all mine for having you on this show. And that is going to be it, man. I hope you have a great summer.
Appreciate it. Appreciate what you do with the league and all that. It's really cool and makes it grateful.
Absolutely. So that is going to be it for this episode. I just wanted to give a shout out of my own to the KCLB, Sheldon Howell, Dave Bush. It's been an amazing journey, and we're only getting started. I want to thank all of the coaches for coming on, and Tessa's Army. They're going to be in the Summer Ball Showdown. I just wanted to thank everybody. It's been an amazing experience, and yeah, I can't wait for the KCLB to start. There's going to be scouts out there. It's going to be fierce competition. And it's just one of those things. If you were a baseball lover and you are in Wichita, Kansas, you need to come check this out because we got a team from Valley Center. We got the Midwest Moose out of Winfield. We got the Kansas Curve. We have the El Dorado Walnuts out of, you guessed it, El Dorado. The Mulvane Patriots. The Park City Rangers. Yeah, it is going to be an amazing time. And just imagine, okay? These teams are playing, I think last season it was 43 games. So 43 games, 7 teams. So by about mid-season, you know the strengths and weaknesses of each one of these teams, which is going to make this competition even more fierce. And you know that everybody is going to be shooting for that number 1 spot. Last season, it was a 3-way tie just for second place. I mean, the margin of competition is just razor thin. You're going to get Division I baseball players. You're going to get community college players out there. And it is going to be an amazing experience, especially the All-Star weekend. And we'll be talking about that more in further episodes. But yeah, keep following Hot Zone Sports. If you have not followed the Burn podcast on Facebook, go ahead and do so because this is where this content is going to be dropping. It's going to go on Hot Zone Sports as well. But I just wanted to thank everybody for coming on, allowing me to interview everybody. It has been a great experience for me, and I can't wait to get this season started. Ryan Van Dever and the Burn signing off. Until next time. Peace.